another person realizing that Shamamalama Ding Dong.
I'm just realizing how the world chooses to perceive. And in this day and age, calling a scarf over the head oppressive behavior, first of all, shows how much you know about anything about Islam, about a religion. You are the type of person who is angry that the lady in front of you has one more item in the 10, in the 10 items or less, aisle. You are the type of person who is considered not just a Karen, but irrelevant because the entire world, and if they don't see it, then obviously they are on the same wavelength as you are. But the rest of everyone who avoids you normally, this is why. Because you speak with no filter, thinking that that's just me. I'm going to voice my opinion. But is your opinion correct? Is it valid? And then you threaten a person because she makes more of an effect over her 15-second videos than that entire rant of yours, which meant nothing. It meant nothing because you ran around things that had nothing to do with what she is speaking about the facts, about the moral standing, what Jeffrey has done, what he is going to do in the future to our children, to our babies, the people who we love the most, that we say we're making a better place for them, isn't it? We're not. We are standing there on the sidelines and hoping that they have the skills that we did not teach them. Why did our parents tell us don't speak to strangers? People on the internet are strangers because you don't have the coping mechanisms and you do not have the understanding to identify toxic behavior. That's why I will tell my son the same thing. I will tell my son, my boy, don't speak to strangers. And if you ever get a bad feeling in your stomach, make sure you leave that. You go away. Do not entertain toxicity. Do not entertain immoral. Do not entertain things just because a piece of turd is wrapped up in a beautiful gold box. It's still a turd, but it's in a gold box. That's it. That's all the way you're presenting it. But when you open it, you're going to get that waft. Okay? And all I got from this year was that waft. A bunch of aggravated people trying to prove their point through pointing out facts that are wrong. I mean, oppression. If it was oppression, to be honest with you, a lot more Islamic women, Muslim women would actually be like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. No. As a husband, we have only so much we can tell our wives to do, right? So that way, for instance, the hijab, the burqa, or the scarf itself is our wife's decision to wear that. Our woman's decision to wear that. And that actually is what we as a man actually find quite beautiful. And we hold it dear to us. And because we were brought up as Muslims. And Muslims, what was the first thing they taught us about? Especially when you're going past, maybe it's a temple or a church or anything like that. If the radio is loud, turn it soft. Why? Not just that your masjid turn it soft. turn it past any congregation, any religious congregation, because that's how they taught us to respect. Because our Prophet, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, lived in a town where there weren't just Muslims, there were Hindus. His next door neighbor was a Hindu. He's on the opposite side, there was Christians. Or at the time, I can't remember the correct term for them. But yes, they were all living in one village. And he warned his people, do not degrade them. Do not, because you have no right. You have no right to do that. You are not the Almighty. You are not the all-seeing. What gives you the right to judge the next person and how they are approaching something? I followed her through all of her videos, through all of what she has said. And I went onto the website of Jeffrey Marsh and I looked it up. I felt this disgust within my stomach over what he said to children. Not only children visit this year. Are you serious? Did you actually look? Did you actually see the amount of children who are there? That he is talking to directly. Did you backtrack in any way whatsoever before deciding this? Are you a mother? And if you are a mother, how would you condone this? Understanding that your child only has a limited amount of experience with this world and what toxic is, what bad is, and how to identify it. If you're talking to a person about this here without identifying your own toxic behavior right now, how valid is it? Are you just angry at something or at someone? Or did you actually get your facts from something, or is it just this is your only fact check, which is TikTok? TikTok is not a place where you fact check. I will tell you that here and now, because you have to go do your own research. And come on, you could be older than I am. You look older than I am. I'm only 33. But your answers so erratic, so inconsistent, had absolutely nothing behind them besides, oh look, I'm going to support this person no matter how wrong or right they are. Do a moral, calculation of yourself. Do a moral inventory, please, and ask yourself what it is that the past didn't accept because of certain things. What was wrong and has changed today, but what was right, what our parents taught us that were right. And then from there, maybe, just maybe, Grinch, your heart will just expand 3 times more. Okay? And to this lovely woman who is trying to protect our children, I thank you. I thank you for what you have said. I thank you for being so open and honest and understanding understanding, when you see something bad, don't just step off. Oh, it's not my deal. Because one day if that spreads, it's going to affect the new generation, and all of that work and dedication that we put in for our children will be gone. Okay? Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. Do you know Shamalama ding dong. That's racist shit.